You know what it is? It's not the price of groceries. It's not that it costs more to put a gallon of gas in your car than the federal government mandates they pay you an hour. It's not the lunatic running the country. It's not shoveling billions to oversee aid while we're in debt trillions up to our fucking eyeballs. It's not that we can't take care of our own people before we send more shit over to fund a fucking war for Zionists. No. It's not the aliens. It's not the aliens that they announce are real every single time there's a national or global controversy for the last 5 fucking years now. No, it's not that. It's not that Johnson & Johnson has been funding Diddy parties for the last fucking decade. It's not that they're building escape tunnels under the fucking major cities, so when the shit hits the fan, they can all disappear and watch the social experiment go boom. What it is, It's that I just want to oil up with my bros. You elite scumbags ruined it all because you got a bunch of fucking 4-year-olds involved and started eating their fucking intestines. You sick sons of bitches. Stay out of Gotham.
Americans truly are just trying to survive out here, bro. That's it. Nobody ever said this stuff was going to be easy. Nobody prepared us for inflation. Nobody prepared us for the cost of living rising. Most people probably didn't know that their wages would stay so stagnant. Gas is at an all-time high. The cost of food, when you go to the supermarket, you're paying a lot more money. For some people, it costs them less to eat out than it does to go to the supermarket. You know? And for majority of the masses of people, they don't own assets. So their only source of income is their paycheck. So if the cost of living is rising, but your paycheck is staying the same, what are people supposed to do? That's an honest question. What are people supposed to do? Get another job, bro. Just get a side hustle, bro. Just do this, bro. Just do that, bro. Most of these jobs keep people in a state of survival. Why would you want somebody to work for you 40 hours a week, give you their time, their energy, their effort, their life force energy, right? And in return, you're giving them a paycheck that doesn't last them 2 weeks. It lasts them a couple days, if that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like videos like this, you can, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and leave your comments below.
This country is on a path to falling apart solely because a large swath of this country cannot admit that they got scammed, that they can't admit they were conned, they were the mark. They can't do it. They're incapable of admitting that they might have made a mistake, and because of that, we are potentially watching our entire economic futures disintegrate before our eyes. Because that's what happened. You got scammed. If you voted for that man, you got scammed. He is doing absolutely nothing to help anybody in this country except for the rich people and himself. Those are the only things that he cares about. Because every day we find another story or we find more examples of how himself, his sons, his extended family, or the people around him have found a way to make themselves a ton of money. There's a news story out today about the fact that he's made over 3,000 trades just this quarter alone. That's 58 on average a day. That man is making money hand over fist as he is trading on the market that he is actively manipulating day after day. He got in this position to do 2 things: to enrich himself and to pull off as many vanity projects as he wants with money that isn't his. Those are the reasons that he is in office. I know people are going to say he ran to get out of jail. That is true, but now that he pulled that off, the only things that he is concerned with is making himself as much money as possible and pulling off as many vanity projects as he can. And so many people still think that he's going to do something to save them. He's going to do something to give them an economic future because they cannot admit that they were wrong. You were scammed. You were conned by a con man. It will be so much easier for everybody if you just acknowledge that you were conned, because then we might actually be able to work towards creating a future where we actually have an economic future, and we do something to punish all of the people who participated in this scam to go enrich themselves. Because if people don't admit that they got scammed, and we just keep voting for the same people who scammed them, this country's economic future is going to fall apart, and more people are just going to make money hand over fist and enrich themselves off of your tax dollars.
Bro, gas is $90 to fill my tank. Is it better just to walk, bro? Should I just get an e-bike? Is it even worth it, bro? This feels like 2008. This feels like Barack Obama. Like, I'm gonna have to sell this to fill up my tank. But the United States is a business, bro. It's like you're just feeding all these other businesses trying to survive, trying to be stable in whatever you got going on. That's why you can't get in over your head. Corporations, the people around you got better cars, a nice house, you get in, get a pay raise, they push you to go get a car, go get a mortgage, whatever. Before you know it, you realize at the end of the month, you're working not even to get ahead, you're working to survive, to pay your monthly dues, your monthly rent, your monthly expenses. And that shit is scary because it's not even about making money, it's about having freedom. If you have to show up every day to work just to make ends meet, that shit is stressful and I don't want anything to do with that.
Y'all, I just moved to like the DC, Virginia area for the summer. Can someone please tell me why everything is so expensive? I spent $100. I got 6 things, I think. 7 things. I got deodorant. I was looking at it. It's cool. It's like the moisturizer one. I've been wanting to get it for a long time. Shampoo, conditioner, feminine products, a little sample setting spray, gum, and an energy drink. $100. I beg your finest pardon? Okay. It's so great. It's so great. I'm like, what? I genuinely don't understand it. Don't understand. How am I supposed to like be saving money and be a responsible financial person if a tiny little grocery store run is $100? Like, what? What is wrong with our economy?
So many Americans out here crashing out about their 9-to-5 jobs. I see this every time I open up my phone. It's crazy. I mean, let's think about it. You wake up early, sit in traffic, you work all day, then you come home exhausted, and you barely have time to breathe and live before you gotta do it again tomorrow. Like, you're literally just visiting your apartment and you're living at your job. And every time you open up social media as well, someone your age or younger is out here traveling, living a great life, and they're making money on their phone. So then you start looking at your job, and then that starts to feel like a trap. And I noticed that, like, people don't really hate working. Like, people are perfectly fine working a 9-to-5 job as long as there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And for most people, that cave is very dark. So we have to be honest with ourselves. Are you working to live, or are you just living to work?
You know, I truly don't think that we are ready to have the conversation of every single fucking American crashing the fuck out at this point. Fuck! Rent, power, Wi-Fi, cell phone, insurance, gas, groceries. I don't give a fuck. Goddamn, I'm tired of being told you can figure it out. I'm tired of trying to figure it out. Every goddamn day is the fucking same. Gas is going up, groceries is going up, but yet the fucking higher-ups are living fucking life. Dude, I'm about to fucking crash I am crashing the fuck out!
But with that being said, IRAN, go ahead and do that thing y'all was talking about with the credit score, moving it up to 800, because I need that. I also need y'all to get rid of this man, because I'm tired of this bullshit. Y'all raising the gas prices. Why the fuck am I paying? I'm in a school parking lot. Why am I paying $37 to fill up my gas tank? I have a Nissan Versa S freaking V. $37 to fill up my tiny ass gas tank? And then on top of that, everything is slowly becoming more expensive. Where the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm crashing out in the school parking lot. Get him out of
economy
here.
is so bad right now that there are people who aren't getting paid enough. So because of the rising gas prices, they can't afford to get to work. Meanwhile, we now have our government requesting $200 billion. Let me repeat that. $200 billion to continue to fund a war that no one asked for. But people can't afford to get to work. We don't have universal health care. Rent prices are increasing. People can't afford to buy homes. They make education extremely unaffordable, or you take out loans that you will then pay for the rest of your life. I'm seeing people online who are shocked, appalled. I can't believe I voted for him. I can't believe... I'm going to use this moment right now, and it's not going to help anyone, but it's going to help me and probably some other people. We told you so. We told you so. While you were busy listening to podcasters and friends who have no idea what's going on, the rest of us told you so. Even Kamala Harris, as much as you all don't want to like her, told you so. He said he was going to better the economy. Where? Where? Show me the economic plan that he showed you. Because I was there. I was paying attention. Where? It didn't exist. It never existed. You were fooled.
Overworked, underpaid, and underserved. That is the reality of the majority of Americans. Think about it. Most people work 5 days a week with only 2 days off. In reality, you only have about 1.5, maybe 1 day off because you spend at least one of those days doing all the things you can't do while you're working. That's not even including people that have kids. But you just don't have time to do much else. For example, learning, unlearning, educating yourself on things that matter, and it's just a constant loop of being stuck in what you know, and that's why there's such division in this country. So anyone that is doing anything to improve themselves, educate themselves on systems, hats off to you, because you have to be intentional about it, because we have strategically been put in positions to where we don't have time to do that. That's not an excuse, but that's just what it is. And until we can break that cycle, things will never change. So again, if you are being intentional about learning and unlearning things, hats off to you. Keep up the good work.
CEOs have finally taken notice of the fact that most Americans are broke. And I mean, that's what happens when you live in a country where the upper class takes advantage of the working class and milks them for every freaking cent they have. And the most annoying thing about it is they only realize that the people in this country are going broke because they are not, raking in the same amount of profits as they once were. It's like a corrupt king who is used to a certain amount of food every night. Like he's used to a feast every night. And then one night he sits down and he notices that feast is not that much of a feast anymore. It's basically just what a normal meal would be. Like that's what's going on with them now. They're used to their gluttonous intakes and they're just used to raking in so much money, and that money is becoming stagnant because there is no more money. They've taken it all. And the people here are not living paycheck to paycheck. They are literally broke. Like by the time they get one paycheck, it's gone, completely gone. It's not stretching to the next paycheck anymore. Like that's below living paycheck to paycheck. And I don't know, are they actually going to do anything now that they realize people are running out of money? I doubt it because they're too greedy, they're too corrupt. I don't know, but the country is going to fall at this rate, and it's kind of hilarious because they're doing it to themselves. I'm just saying.